Welcome back to another Dragon figure, World War II Dragon figure review, shall I say. This time around I have Charles Redding, a very exciting figure for sure. I've really wanted him for a long time. I managed to get him well over 6 months ago, and he's just been sat in a cupboard of mine, not being opened. No real reason why, I've just been very busy, but I've opened other figures in the meantime before him, and I kind of just forgot about him after a while. But yeah, I'm also just kind of apprehensive to open him, just because there's a lot to him to do. But now is about the time to do him, I feel, for whatever reason. But yeah, he's a very rare figure. Barely ever see him. When I managed to get him for I think £80, which is a lot for just the dragon figure, at least for me. I never excuse me, I never like to pay, I don't know, over probably like 60 or so, unless they're like a bigger set. For just an individual figure, even Gear Plus, I generally don't like to pay too much over 60, 65. So to go for 80, he's probably worth about that, probably. I just don't generally like to pay too much. But no, he's definitely worth it. British Gear Plus as well, so it means he's extra rare. And like I say, you barely ever see him on eBay. Like, since getting him, I've not seen him pop up, and before that I hadn't seen him for a long time, like months and months, maybe even a year. So chuffed to bits to get him. So there's a few poses of what it will look like. I've been warned a couple things of people that already have him. A friend of mine telling me that just to be careful when putting helmet or I think, does he come with a beret? I don't think he does. I don't think he comes with a beret, which might be an addition I'll get. I think I might just get a beret. Yeah, I don't think he does. From what I can see, at least, right away, I don't think he does. But when putting the helmet on, to be wary that the paint on his face is a little bit, you've got to be careful with it, not to scratch it or anything, so yeah, I've just got to be careful with not to rub any of the paint off, so it's a bit, just to be a bit careful, really. So, as you can see, he's got a Piat gun, Piat here, Piat launcher, which is obviously like the infantry rocket launcher, so to speak, but it was more of like a mortar, transformed mortar for anti-tank use for paratroopers and even infantry. But yep. So then you have his Airborne insignia there, the Pegasus on. Then you have his helmet there with the webbing. You have the cover for the butt of the Piat. Then you have the casing to hold the Piat rounds. The figure himself in his standard British uniform. Nice head sculpt, definitely looks a good head sculpt. Head looks quite a little bit small, but it doesn't seem, I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. It doesn't look terribly tiny. It looks normal, just maybe a bit smaller than others. Then you have a Sten gun, very nice looking Sten gun, a much more updated Sten gun to the others I have. So that looks really nice. Really good looking smock as well, and I think, yep, got a zip down smock, so that's a more updated one. That's a great quality one. Belt, magazines for his Sten gun. Then you've got like leg wraps, sort of like the gaiters, shall I say, and the ammo pouches, his backpack, and then also sort of camouflage to put in his helmet. So yeah, I'll just get the figure out and show you what he looks like. Just to give a closer look. Yeah, the figure looks like, in the pictures, really great. So I'm really excited to get him. Really excited to open him up. So here he is. Here's Charles Redding. Nice head sculpt. Really nice head sculpt by the looks of things. It's got sort of high quality hair by the feel of it. It's a bit more like painted in. That looks really good. A bit more textured than some of the others. Yeah, his hands and all that look fine. Nothing, no brittle joints or anything, which can sometimes be an issue with figures if they're just sat for a while. Nope, that looks great. Yep. So there is Charles Redding. I'll give a quick look because obviously I don't have any figures with a Piat gun, so quite excited to have a look at this, to be honest. So it's got the two handles, two straps, shall I say. There it is. The round obviously goes in through there. Really nice detail. Highly inaccurate weapon in real life, but very nice. Very nice weapon. I don't have Melvin. Melvin's another British figure. One of the few British figures left that I don't have. I really want to get him. And he has a Piat gun as well, if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure he does. So yeah, first time for me to have a guy with a Piat gun. There's his helmet with the straps. Very nice quality. Plastic, of course. I don't think they did metal helmets for the Brits. At least Dragon, I don't think they did. But yeah, so that's Charles Redding and some of his equipment. I'll show you guys what he looks like when he's all put together. So here is Charles Redding all done up, and it's safe to say he's one of the best Airborne figures you can find. He looks great. Here I'll just take off the Piat gun and also his rounds that he's holding. You can get a better look at him holding his Sten gun. So here he is just with the Sten gun. Let's just pop that into his hands. There you go. So he holds that really well, holds that lovely. He looks fantastic holding the rifle like that, holding the machine gun. I just absolutely love British paratroopers as it is. So he's right down my street. He's such a solid figure as well. Like, everything fits well, everything looks good. Not too hard to put together. He doesn't come with absolutely tons of equipment, so he's not too hard. I mean, he comes with a decent bit because he's Gear Plus, but nothing too challenging. So here you have his entrenching tool, and then the head of the entrenching tool hidden away in here, where it was stored, and then the water canteen, which is attached to the strap that comes down through the ammunition pouch, and then the other strap attaching to the actual webbing. And then you have his ammo pouches here, Sten gun, of course, which looks fantastic, has a working bolt along here which you can push back and what have you. Then his helmet, and you get the little camouflage bits to put within the helmet, which looks great as well. Not too difficult to put on, so yeah, they look great. Have the little zip on the coat as well, and overall just looks like a fantastic figure. His head sculpt is great as well. I really love his head sculpt. Right, so here is his Piat ammo carrier, which he holds really well. You can open it up. I've got a round inside, if you can hear that shaking around. That's a great little addition. Here's a round from the Piat gun. So that's what they look like, and it looks great. And then here's the actual gun itself. So you have the covers put on as well, and it has little sights that flick up both at the back and at the front. So you have the little pin to aim. So you have those two. I'll pop them back down. You have the stand as well, the bipod to help aim the gun. And then of course when the gun's being fired, you can take this bit off. You just sort of pop it out, and there you go, because the gun was loaded like that. So they'd pop it in through the top, and then there it is, ready to go, like that. Just sort of pop this little cover back on. It fits nice and easy to get that cover back on. So this is a really well made weapon. Like, Dragon did a good job at reconstructing it, and he holds that quite well as well. I just prefer having it wrapped around his shoulder for now, and then having the Sten gun in one hand. Excuse me. But yeah, overall, yeah, fantastic figure. Can't recommend him enough. He's just a really solid looking figure. Not particularly frail, nothing like that. I didn't come across any problems. The only thing is the strap is a little bit weak. Like, you just have to be very careful with them naturally. I don't break anything, but the material just feels very thin. So if you give it too much of a tug, you know, you pull it around too much, it will break. It feels like that at least. So when putting the helmet on, be very careful of the strap. And I haven't encountered any problems with the paint on the head yet, but I had been warned by friends that the paint on his head could come off quite easily if you move the helmet around a lot or constantly taking it on and off. But yeah, like I say, highly recommend getting him if you can. The only problem is he's just hard to find. But overall, it's just a fantastic looking figure. I absolutely love this one. So yeah, that's Charles Redding. Let's give you one last look. Just put his Piat gun up there. You can still see that down there. And yeah, so that's Charles Redding. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.